This is the voice of the representative of the Ashtar Galactic, speaking to...
Hey guys, this is your host Jay. If you guys haven't liked, please give us a like and subscribe. Today I want to talk to you guys about lizard people. Yes, you heard it, lizard people. The one that David Icke has been talking about, and also a lot of the conspiracy theories on like reptilians, right? So I just want to kind of like break it down and trying to analyze the type of behavioral and also the abilities and also the strategic way the reptilians are actually going about their conquest. So what I have here is an image of a normal mammalian brain, and the smaller half, which is like the subconscious and the limbic system, is actually the ancient form of reptilian brain. So if you imagine the expression of a reptilian person or reptilian alien, they have an overly expression of this gene, so the limbic system for them will be actually much larger. So the limbic system is part of the fight or flight, fear and aggression, and also mating, and also the subconscious, which controls the breathing, also the heart rate, also the metabolism. All those the limbic system kind of controls. And what is interesting is that the limbic system, which is the subconscious also, it also is the part of the brain that kind of, it's also part of the brain where it's for the sensing of precognition, intuitive sense, precognition, anything to do with psychic functioning. A lot of it is picking up these signals from the reaction of, I guess, what is part of the surrounding, and being able to detect and decode the signals that are coming from the surrounding. If you think about it, you know, what your eyes perceive is not actually what your eyes are seeing. It's actually wavelengths and also vibrations. So one person, they may be sensing something, and the other person is sensing something else completely. Same with so the reptilian brain is the oldest part of the brain. The part of the limbic system, also the subconscious, is the most instinctive part of the brain, where it regulates, you know, the primal instincts of reproduction, survival, stress, fear, and also is part of the subconscious. It's quite important for psychics to use the subconscious. So if the reptilian race has an overdeveloped subconscious limbic system for their brain, it means that their precognition, intuitive sense, and primal instinct is off the charts. So heightened senses, heightened aggression. Not only that, coupled with intuitive sensing. So just imagine if reptilian is just coming around the corner. Chances are it's already detected some form of a disturbance just around the corner, and it's already sensing you, and it's already got its blasters ready, and it's already shooting before it reaches the corner. So you're talking about heightened aggression, heightened sense, and very, very intuitive. So chances are, you know, you'll be toast before you even see him or see her, and it's already blasting away. So just imagine if the crocodile had evolved and got smarter and standing upright. I did some remote viewing sessions where I was able to biolocate my focus point to a certain subject, and I did see some variety of these reptilians, okay? So you had ones where they had protrusions, kind of like a snout, like a crocodile, but kind of standing upright. And you had ones that were like a gecko type of lizard, bright yellow, um, kind of like suspended in this tube, like a reproduction tube. You know, like when Skywalker gets injured in Hoth, it's kind of like a Bacta tent. Yeah, that's kind of what I saw suspended in there. So I'm not too sure what that refers to, but it was one of the images that kind of flashed towards me. And then there was another one which has no protrusion of a snout, kind of look almost human-ish, but with scaly skin, kind of greenish like this picture, but I'm guessing those are kind of like hybrids and not the actual reptilians, where the upper reptilians, they create a hybrids to come and infiltrate and kind of take over. So if you look at this image here, with the forked tongue, what's happening is the receptors in the nose, up the nostril of where the snake is, it's using part of its forked tongue to taste the atmosphere, but then also retract it, and up to its navel cavity, it's able to taste and sense the surrounding environment by its tongue and receiving it into its nostrils. So it gives them a much clearer vision of the surrounding, also picks up odors, scents, and also electromagnetic static field that's surrounding it also, depending on how in-depth their sensing system is. A lot of the dinosaurs use low-frequency vibrations, and they will send out these low-frequency vibrations, and especially in crocodiles in mating seasons, to attract mates. Its humming is so low that the human ear can't actually perceive it. So in terms of communications, the reptilians might have a very high and low range of vocal communications, and very, very vibrational, and also, okay, now to another advantage the reptilians have. In terms of visual cortex, the reptilians also have slit eyes. So slit eyes usually, in terms of visual sense, for terrestrial creatures such as reptilians here, if it's exactly the same application as off-world as to here, the slit eye is used for night vision. It can change into heat vision. Pretty much, it gives low ambient light very, very good vision of heat transfer perception and heat transfer depth. So during the dark of night with no lit light at all, they will be able to see the heat that's casting off your body with no issues at all. And plus, with their highly evolved sensing mechanism, they'll be able to smell you and pretty much taste you if you're close to them. Just from the evolution of their sensing capabilities. Okay, so far from what I've read and researched, the reptilians are a highly intelligent race, and they stand roughly around 6 meters and higher, and with very muscular structure. Also, there are hybrid humans that's kind of mixed with them, and also those are subservient to the reptilians. The reptilians themselves are quite muscular and big, usually with a tail, um, with scaly skin, and also sometimes they have protruding nostrils. Sometimes they have flat and just kind of look like a very, very hulky mass of a reptilian person. And the hybrids themselves are very small, like your regular human, but the difference is their appearance is kind of greenish with leathery, and they have slit eyes. Some of the video images that you've seen on television who depict of a reptilian person usually catches them when they're morphing, when their eyes are transitioning from the slit eyes and back to the round pupil. Usually during some, I guess, heightened emotion or aggression, you can see it transforming, or just by accident you're able to catch it and see it by mistake. So let's run down the facts. They're highly aggressive, bigger, stronger, has better sensing capabilities than us, and also technology-wise much more advanced. They seem to be partly hybridizing some of their subservient workforce. Also, there are many different types of reptilians, and they seem to be kind of working together. So if you look at during my research, so what I have discovered, these reptilian hybrids are usually kind of circulated in the upper 1%ers. So these guys are part of the secret society slash occult. Those guys seems to be the 1%ers with with a lot of power and a lot of influence, right? So power and influence seems to be the modus random, and that they are attracted to. So if you look at their society, it seems that they have a very structured hierarchy where the aristocrats are at the very top, and then the worker force is kind of at the bottom. But it seems like the hybrids are placed on the pyramid of thing at the upper class, but then there's a even higher class of the reptilians themselves on the very top of the pyramid scheme. So in terms of what they're doing to Earth and what they're able to do to Earth, it seems they have placed hybrids in positions of power where the force necessary to govern and to take over is at minimal. So in terms of military tactics, it seems like they are very skillful and very experienced in what they're doing. So they only require a small amount of force to control a very vast population, and even using its own population to control its population. So it's using its own strength against itself, which in terms of warfare is at the very sophisticated upper tier terms of strategic importance and strategic tactics. So just a little bit about my findings and where I've come to these conclusions. When I was remote viewing, a few of the images that came up was just in the grand opulence of this palace, surrounded by very old furniture. You're talking about like the very upper class type of people, the way they live, and also the just the splendor of everything. Whoever they are, the reptilians, the hybrids, they seem to live very lavishly. just hiding in plain sight. I'm not sure if it's technology that allows them to shift to be able to be perceived as a human, or if it's technology that they use. So during my remote viewing sessions, I was, it took a couple of hours, and a lot of tries. So whoever they are very, very good at hiding, and it's very, very hard to get a sense or a lock on to them in the psychic realm. So I was brought to a place where it's like grand opulence, like just at a place where everything's so lavish and so nice, and everything's orderly and kept so nice. And to be able to mind to mind them was quite difficult. It was very elusive, and every now and then I'll get a flash, but it was very, very hard to maintain the flash when it occurred, and it's hard to pretty much grasp it, because whenever you're close to one of them, sometimes you can feel there's a static vibration near them. Not sure if it's technology or something else. Yeah. So the race of reptilians, whoever they are, and it seems like they are expert in taking over planets, especially using minimum force. So they're expert at population control and using minimum force, and also subjugating the planets that they inhabit. When I did a remote session on how vast their empire was, it was very vast, and it seems like they have multiple alliances with even bigger federations. So let me read from a quote, a few quotes from The Art of War. So this kind of brought me to the idea. The Art of War was written by Sun Tzu, and he was deemed probably like the best strategist Earth has ever seen or come across. And some of the tactics you can see the reptilians are kind of using. Okay, so here are some of the quotes. So number 2, all warfare is based on deception. Okay, so all warfare is based on deception. You can see it by them using camouflage, them using puppet states, them using, I guess, them using like human image, but like an infiltration type technology, 3D technology, to hide the true image. So number 5, to fight and conquer in all your battles is not a supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy resistance without fighting. So part of that they're using is definitely infiltration to the top elites, and especially the world leaders.